Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we've got another 1v1 on Arabia. This will be one of my own replays. So my opponent here is in the red, Attila de Hun, and he will be playing the Franks. And then I will be in the blue playing the Lithuanians. So a bit of an interesting matchup. I'm not really sure who it leans in favor of. I think the Franks have slightly better eco, but the Lithuanians have a much higher potential with the relic bonus on their knights. And then they also have faster spears, which could definitely be an important thing when it comes to who wins the game. So regardless, I'm still trying to do some rec reviews to improve at the game, but I will say I think I've hit a bit of a ceiling for myself in the 1300s. I'm not quite able to break 1340, 1350, that mid-range area. I keep going on like loss streaks and then a couple of win streaks to get back and then a bunch of loss streaks. It's been kind of annoying. Regardless, currently we're sitting at 1350 and 1330 for my opponent, so hopefully I can glean a little bit better information as to how to play this game, get better at it. I do like the elo, but I'm starting to realize I'm maybe treating this game a little bit too seriously. I'm starting to get a little frustrated when I lose, and that's not really a good thing. I'm starting to play like League of Legends, which, if you didn't know, I have played. And I really only enjoyed that for the competitive grind and the ranked ladder. And at this point, Age of Empires is starting to turn a little bit into that. So I have to be a little careful. I have to be a little humble and realize, you know what, 1300 elo is pretty great. I'm a-okay with staying there. And if I end up just playing games in 1300 elo, that's fine. It's a fun game. I enjoy playing it, and I have been enjoying playing it. But as of late, I've started grinding games a little bit more for the want of getting a higher elo, which is where I stop having as much fun. So that's kind of where I want to change things. Opponent's gonna be bringing in the boar here. Ooh, on that note, I'm really proud of this. Oh, I didn't do it with the second one. I have learned a new skill. Oh, can we turn the fog thing off? Hello? What is this? There we go. I had learned a new skill. I think we missed it there, but I've started shooting the TC, or the boar with the TC, so proud of that. Pretty happy with that. I did not check to see if my opponent did that, but he will go for the second boar. We'll see if he tries picking it up. Still deathly afraid of killing my boar and just insta-losing a game, but, you know, we'll get there. So it looks like my opponent has done a fair bit of scouting. No, he's doing the exact same thing as me. He is just scouting with his scout. He does not like to scout with sheep. That is something I myself do. Looks like I've gotten a little bit more discovered, potentially. That's debatable. But we're gonna go grab that sheep and then end up pushing the last deer over here. Tell me what you guys think. What's your favorite Arabia generation? Because for me, my favorite is 2 deer Arabia. 3 deer is fine as well. But 4 deer is like, oh, this is so much pushing and I don't want to do it. And then chickens, I mean, for me, chickens just feels like I have another berries. I treat it like that. Like, oh, mill the chickens, then go mill the berries. Sometimes I swap it depending on what's front, or because I'm just in the habit of milling the berries. I don't know. Chicken Arabia is, I thought I liked it at first, and I do. It's nice to have variety, that's for sure. But every single time I see 2 deer, that's perfect. So today, this time we had 3 deer, and look at that. Messed that one up, killed it up pretty far away from the TC, so that's pretty unfortunate. There we go, already learning how to improve the game, know how to push deer. 2 seems to be my limit, and then it falls apart at 3. But yeah, we are going to be going up at 19 pop. Our opponent is going 20, potentially 21. I wonder if he's going to try and fast castle. I do not remember exactly what occurred. I just remember that this was a good game and I wanted to rec review it. It's been probably a day, 3 days since I played it. And so I think I have an inkling as to what happens. Regardless, I'm going to probably be a little bit surprised here and there from things that I forget. We go up at 18 pop, or sorry, 19 pop. That is my standard. I like going up at 19 pop. It gets me up pretty much almost early enough to counter drushes that hit me, or maybe not counter, but at least not get hurt too badly by them. And then it also usually means I get more scouts out before my opponent does, and I can kind of have tempo at the start of the game. So I like going up at 19 pop, any civ for that matter. The only exceptions are potentially Persians because the TCs work a little faster, so I just go up at 20 pop. It's about the same time anyway, and then I have what I would consider already a slight eco advantage. And there are probably some other exceptions with that. I'm trying to do mutual random. Otherwise, I'm just playing cavalry civs like Persians, Lithuanians, Jurchens. And every once in a while, I'll get a game like Malay, and I have no idea what I'm doing. So maybe that's another partial reason my elo's been... Well, it's not taking a hit. We're happy where we're at, but I do feel like I've hit a wall. Let's see if I see my opponent's base here. Let's see if I watch my scout or if I just get killed. It's one of my biggest banes in this game is I tend to walk just right under their TC and get absolutely wrecked. So this time I got lucky. We didn't do that. Probably I was paying attention. I'd like to think I was paying attention, but we don't know for sure. My opponent does hit feudal age, and what is he gonna go for? Stable as well. Perfect. Okay, so 2 knight civs doing night things. Bit of a scout rush on both our parts, though his is much later scout. Oh my goodness, is he down a Ville? Some TC idle time. There we go. I'm on 0 TC idle time? I swear this is me, guys. I promise. I don't have some smurf on here boosting my account. That is crazy. Oh, there's the TC. Okay, I jinxed it. I was like, 0 TC idle time. That is not me ever. Hello? And we got TC idle time because we're housed. All right, classic. Looking forward to the change when we start getting the housing noise. That'll be nice. Really wish they'd release the pup patch. Though to be fair, when I post this video, it may be out. So, trying to make a small bank of videos for the next couple of weeks. All right, triple scouts headed in. We are going to find the Frank players' scouts up on this hill. We're just going to kind of run past them. We want to take the hill, then we want to fight. Very good. Happy with that. My opponent's bringing in a couple more scouts. We don't want to run under the TC. But as I said, I like being up just a little bit sooner because I get scout numbers advantage. And I feel like I have the tempo. I can keep him at his base, and he's going to be the one stressing over all his stuff here. Dive a little bit for the Vills. This is not the best fight. I should be fighting those scouts. We're going to lose a scout. Definitely not worth. That was a bad fight by me. 1 for 1 when I had the numbers advantage. He does get some spears out in defense. Regardless, though, we're trying to keep him at his base so that we can be less stressed at our own. And hopefully that means less TC idle time for me and more for him. Kind of an ongoing strat. Now, this scout, I believe I set to auto scout. I like to take the low HP scouts and just let them go discover stuff on their own. Let's see if we take another fight here. Now, I don't really have any advantage against this Frank player. He's going to have higher HP scouts at 54, so I probably shouldn't be taking these fights in hindsight. I should just be running around his base and keeping him chasing me, which we eventually end up doing. Oh, that's an odd way to wall. Seco, oh, get out of my way. There we go. He's gonna wall. Okay, I see how he's doing it. So we have now started doing that. We're running around his base. Bit of scouting information. Also just trying to keep him on his toes and keep him away from my own base because we are not yet fully walled ourselves. Still auto scouting on the side. I'm going to lose this last scout here pretty soon, which means my opponent will have the military advantage. And I do start making a few more scouts because I do not like being without an army. I have found when I am without an army, I'm completely at the mercy of my opponent, and I tend to fall apart. I think it's one of the reasons why I really like keeping my military in their base, because then I don't have anything coming over to my base. I can defend somewhat, but I'm like really stubborn. I don't tend to make archery ranges or other buildings before I get to Castle Age. I just want to get to Castle Age as fast as possible on just one stable. Probably not the best strat, but it is the one I go for. Well, let's see what our opponent is doing. He's going to be coming forward with some spears and scouts. This is what I'm talking about. This is something I don't do very often. I don't send spears forward. In this instance, I think it ends up turning out pretty well for me, because all the spears leave his base. I don't know. Oh, does he not have vision? He has no idea where my base is this whole time. That is so advantageous for us. That is so good. Alright, let's see if we get a Vil pick here. His army's just running around doing nothing because he was not able to scout that in time. I'm back to 4 scouts in his base. We do get 1 kill here. Very nice. Let's not take any more TC fire, and we deny a wood line for a bit of time and a gold mine. Really happy with that. He is running back with those spears. He's still, I think, looking for my base with these scouts. Man, he is so close to seeing that base. That's crazy that he just barely misses it. So he's running back home. Try and keep his economy untouched. Man, I'm really glad. I was like, where's the scouts? I thought he was going to be at my base. And now that I look back and watch the replay, that makes a little bit more sense. I remember that part. Alright, so this aggression's going to end pretty soon, but I think we've gotten, what, 4 kills? 3 kills? Nice. Eco KD of 3. I'm pretty happy with that. We even up the KD overall, which is pretty much worth it. I don't know that this is going to be worth the fight. We barely back out before Spearman connects. Again, Frank scouts have a little bit more HP, so at this stage in the game, I probably shouldn't be taking as many fights as I am. Our opponent's doing a pretty good job of fighting us off, but he is pretty far down in the eco advantage, so we're feeling good. We're feeling good. We have way less idle TC time, probably again, thanks to us being in his base all the time. Lose a scout, trade again. I don't know if that's worth it or not. I don't know. Frank scouts I don't really respect because late game they're a lot worse, but early game I have to remember that they have a bonus. Just like, what, an extra 7 HP is it? 9 HP? Not bad. So either way, both of us are trying to get up to Castle Age. I just need a little bit more gold. Something else I've been struggling with. Every once in a while, I forget to build a market. Like, I should be building a market right now. Well, I should have been building a market a long time ago, because then I'd be able to just sell, buy, and go straight up to Castle Age. But instead, we're waiting for our gold miners to bring in all the gold, which is not too bad either. But our opponent is able to click up to Castle Age first, which is pretty good from him. That being said, I did commit a lot more with scouts. I've made, what, like 8 scouts in total? 8 or 9? And our opponent's only gone with 4. So that could be another reason why we're a little bit behind on the Castle Age time ourselves. But we do click up, not too far behind him. I'm pretty happy with that time. For the amount of Vil kills I was able to get, I'm definitely happy with that uptime. 3 Vils is very, very nice. We do build our second stable. I was going to go straight for double knights. And the other thing I wanted to do was get a relic. So there's a hill over here, and that has a relic that I desperately do want. Let's see what kind of vision I've got on the map. Do we see all the relics? Yeah, so if you look at what I'm seeing... Oh, we're about to lose a bunch of... Alright, I still got another one for auto scouting. Alright, we throw away our scouts. Less than optimal play, for sure. Regardless, we're getting all our upgrades. We're getting husbandry, or not husbandry, bloodlines, the armor upgrade. Our opponent is doing the same. My mindset here was I want to try and claim this hill for 2 reasons. One, there's a gold behind it, and then also I want that relic. It's a forward relic, and I did not see this relic back here. I didn't see it. It hasn't been scouted for me. So from what I'm looking at, all the relics are forward. I want this one, this one. There's so many relics on the map that are just towards my opponent. So I'm like, okay, I need to try and claim this hill. Our opponent is now up to Castle Age. He's gonna go for a third stable. 3 stable knights. It's gonna be really, really strong. Probably gonna be staying on 1 TC economy. So I would be very tempted to throw a town center down right here if it were me. Just because you can get that wood line and you're closer to the gold as well to defend it. We do go forward to build a monastery and try and grab that relic as soon as humanly possible. He's got some knights out just before us, but our knights are on the way. Here they come very shortly. And then we do have forging as well, so we're even on upgrades for now. He obviously gets free bloodlines being the Franks, or at least the free effect of having bloodlines. He does have the numbers managed to start out with though, and he's on triple stable. All of them are working. That's very impressive. What's the eco spread? 929. He's gonna need a lot more on gold. But on a single TC, you might actually be able to afford 3 stable knight production with that many farms. This is a thing that I myself should probably try doing. I am just so greedy for that second town center early on. Like the moment I hit Castle Age, I want to throw it down. So I typically stick to 2 stable knights. And we keep them pumping out, but it's not as nearly as good production. And you're gonna see, I kind of start paying the price for it pretty soon here. Because I'm on 5 knights, he's on what, 9? But we did get 1 relic, we're headed forward for another, so we do have +2 attack on our knights, which is really, really nice. We're fully walled in, and so no ranged units on the field means I can keep repairing these houses. I'm gonna bring my own knights forward to try and bait him off of attacking me. But the bad news is he has the numbers. He's on 9 knights, and I'm on 6. So this is not a fight I can take. I have a slightly better attack, a +1 attack, and we are bringing in a +3 with iron casting. And hopefully we'll be getting this next relic here soon. So our advantage will start piling up, but we're gonna be losing these fights. As well as we try to take them on the hill, this is not the correct play. I need to be running away. There's way too many knights for me to try and beat. Numbers advantage typically means more than upgrades, more than almost anything. So we need to back it up. I have no idea why we dropped that relic. I better pick that up soon because I'm gonna be on +1 the whole time. The relic bonus is one of my love-hate relationship things with the Lithuanians. I do love having +2 up to +4 attack in Castle Age. I think Lithuanians have one of the strongest Castle Ages for exactly that reason. However, it can be very frustrating when your opponent is very good at denying you relics and then you don't get Lasting Furnace. It's huge knight numbers towards my opponent. I think we're about to make another monk here soon. No? We're gonna run back to this hill. Anyway, so it's a love-hate thing, because in the event that you get relics, it feels great, but I don't really like having some of my strength depend on how fights end up going. We do get a conversion, and the numbers do even out, and we have a lot higher attack. We're at +3 apiece, I believe. Oh, +4 attack, so we should be able to win this fight, I believe, which is pretty good. That's a good swing. I just needed that one conversion. We have a +2 attack. I mean, our knights are what, +4, and his knights are +1. So we do have a very good upgrade advantage, which is going to be super duper nice. He is bringing forward some spears, so the fights are still going to be fairly close here. We're going to try and build our 3rd TC over on that gold. Like I said, I wanted that, and I wanted to be able to keep my monastery somewhat safe as well. Obviously the TC's not doing much for that, but it creates more of a presence. We're trying to build the base towards this monastery to keep it up and running. All right, so these fights are still going pretty even from my opponent. The good news, however, is that our opponent is still on a single town center. So this eco lead that I had started is really gaining some ground. We're up almost 20 vills, which is absolutely insane. We're about to get another conversion. Oh, I think we did get another conversion. That's very, very nice. So we're slowly but surely starting to win the fight here on the front line as well, instead of just playing super lead defensive. Our opponent is gonna, I don't know why he deleted these walls. That's kind of a bad town center location, if I'm being honest. You're not on any resource at all. I guess there was a hill here, so he couldn't get to the gold. Put it down here, dude. Put it against the wood line. Well, that works out for me. We now have the knight numbers and the military advantage. He's not gonna be able to keep 3... I mean, he might be able to keep... He needs more farms, so I don't think he's gonna be able to keep 3 stable knight production with 2 town centers and only 20 farms. That's definitely not gonna probably go in his favor. Oh, look at that. My opponent got a conversion as well. But I do think we are able to deny this town center, if not just for the moment, which is quite nice. Military numbers are starting to look even again. We gotta be a little bit careful. And so far, we got a new monk out who is hopefully gonna be able to grab the next couple of relics. The dream scenario with Lithuanians, and this is kind of why part of me thinks I should be just 3 stable knight. I mean, I got my 3rd stable up, but I should just be 1 town center, 3 stable knight push, kind of like what my opponent did early on. Because the dream is to have map control and get 4 relics. If you can get 4 relics, your knights are +6 in Castle Age, which is just obscene. It is so disgustingly strong. And you're gonna start seeing that here, because I just start walking all over his base. He has no military out. He's barely getting enough knights out. I don't think he can keep production from both stables. In fact, he doesn't have any queued up at this point. He might be ready to GG. We'll have to see if he sticks around or not. I don't remember exactly when this ends. He does go for a 3rd town center. There's the GG. I heard the noise. There we go, there we go. Regardless, I was pretty proud of that, mainly for the ability to grab those monks. Eventually, I would get to +3, and then pretty soon, hopefully, +4 as well. And I really do like the strength that that brings with knights. In Lithuanian specifically, it can even flip the fight against camels. So when you're playing a cavalry faction and then you get matched up against a camel faction, it doesn't feel as bad, though it's still probably better to go crossbows in that scenario. So regardless, though, hopefully you did enjoy watching. I know it was a pretty short one. A shorter one is probably plenty long enough. We'll just kind of keep pumping these videos out. This one was a win. I'm gonna try not to do too many wins myself. The problem is I have been not getting very many close games that I lose. It seems when they get really close, I'm pretty good at grinding them out. When I lose, it's pretty obvious that I've just lost and there's not much entertaining going on. So we'll try to get some closer games. I'll try to mix in some losses there as well so it doesn't become obvious what every replay is. Hopefully, again, you did enjoy. Thank you for watching, and I will talk to you next time.